Looking for a fun way to win up to 25 times your money this football season? Test your skills on Prize Picks, the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projection for a wide variety of statistics, and place your entry. It's as easy as that. If you have the skills, you can turn $10 into $250 with just a few taps. Easy gameplay, quick withdrawals, and an enormous selection of players and stat options are what make Prize Picks the #1 daily fantasy sports app. Ready to test your skills? Join the Prize Picks community of more than 7 million football fans who have already signed up. Right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit up to $100. Just visit prizepicks.com/get100 and use code GET100. That's code GET100 at prizepicks.com/get100 for a first deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks, daily fantasy sports made easy.
Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Seriously, people. ESPN saying it. Don't draft them today on SB Fantasy Football.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't even think about it.
It's a trap.
Don't even look at them.
I'm drafting them all. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the SB Fantasy Football Podcast with your pals Alan and Rapid Dave. I'm Alan.
I'm Rapid Dave.
So we're talking. We've done a little bit of don't draft type stuff here the last little bit. Mm-hmm. Last week we kind of talked about guys we've changed our mind on, but this week ESPN came out with a report saying, "Hey, look, don't draft these guys. Like whatever you do, don't draft these guys."
They put it out on Instagram. That's where I caught it. It's about it's 9 guys, if I'm not mistaken, and I was like, "Listen, most of these people I don't think are going to be taken. There's a chance it could be, but let's maybe check it out and see if there's anybody that tickles your fancy just a hair."
They all tickle my fancy, but let's go.
We're going to start.
I want all of these.
We're going T to B. First off, it's your boy DeAndre Hopkins, number 50 overall, ADP, wide receiver 21.
Okay, I would definitely draft D-Hop at the right spot.
I mean, he's going in the first or the 5th round. In a 10-team league. Let's talk about that.
First through 5th round. No.
Yeah, I know, right? Like you're not taking him. You're not taking him.
But I'm not. He's not a guy that I'm not going to draft him.
What round are you comfortable in taking him? 8, 9, 10?
Yeah.
Well, he's not going to make it there, but that's where you. But you said like that. So what round definitively?
I don't know. It depends on how the first half of my draft goes. Yeah. Right.
Usually terrible.
It's always awesome. Yeah. I just rock it at all times.
You're a champ for the ages.
Yeah, I win a league every year.
Yeah.
So
it's a numbers game. You roofie all the drinks.
Hey, you're playing 50 leagues. You're going to win one of them.
I'm telling you. All right. So for me, I'm just not drafting him. I don't care where he falls. I think
11th round, he's sitting there.
Nah, I don't think so. I really don't.
Maybe that's not true.
I'll tell you this. How about this? I'll give you something. 12th round, if he's still sitting there.
Okay.
Now we can have a conversation, and it all depends on how I've drafted leading up to that point. So, next up, Breece Hall. Number 32 overall, running back number 13.
No, because I'm concerned about first year off of the knee injury.
Oh, yeah. So, you're talking early 3rd round.
No.
Not going to pull the trigger on that, huh?
No. He would be, I would look at him as like my 4th or 5th running back.
I think 4th.
Let me look at it in those terms. Let me speak to it in those terms. 4th or 5th running back. Now, where that's going to be in the draft depends on how the draft goes, but I would like to have at least 3 other guys.
Yeah. So you're talking 2 starters, a flex, and then him on the bench.
Yeah.
Okay. I got you. I feel you on that. I do. It's like, his upside could be amazing, but unfortunately you've seen the downside, right? The injury. Right? We're worried about the injury.
But it's not just that, but it's everything going around saying the Jets are one of the guys that will sign Dalvin Cook.
Yeah.
And if they sign Dalvin Cook, then
it destroys his ADP.
I don't like him.
Yeah, absolutely. Number 3, we have Mike Evans, 80 overall, wide receiver 34. So you're talking 8th round action.
Man, and I
Can you believe that? 8th round action.
I can, because you got Baker there, or Kyle Trask, or somebody else.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But Mike Evans is such a beast. Yeah, I was reminded today of how good Mike Evans was. Although you didn't really see anything about him in the documentary, but I knew he played with Johnny Football.
You just saw him.
Right?
You're like, there he is.
And you're like, he was on that team with Johnny Football, right?
2012, I think, A&M, right?
Yeah, I think that was the year. 2012. Yeah, 2012 was his freshman year where they beat Bama. But, yeah, I mean, Mike Evans is so damn good.
It all comes down to
I might take him as like my 3rd wide receiver. Like,
okay, if
I can get Mike Evans as my 3rd wide receiver,
so I'm going to be happy. You're talking in the 5th round then by that point, right? About 5th round, excuse me. Well, your 3rd wide receiver. So you're talking about 5th round because you might circle back. So his current ADP is 80. So you're talking you can catch him in the 8th round at the moment. So you're going to take him at 80.
Yeah,
in the 8th round?
I think I would take it. Yeah. Oh yeah, 8th round, Mike Evans. Yeah.
I've been like when I've been doing mock drafts and whatever. I've been very excited at how the drafts has fallen, and I haven't had to make that decision. I think draft day under the gun, you're talking like, oh my god, I got to figure out something. 8th or 9th, possibly 10th or 11th. Yeah, sure, I could look into that. All right, next up, Miles Sanders, number 49 overall, RB19.
I don't like Miles Sanders.
You're talking about mid to late, the late 4th round. I mean, I'm trying to avoid it.
I don't like him, but then like all the information I'll give you about Carolina tells you he's going to have a good year. Carolina is one of the number 1 rushing teams in the league. Even after they got rid of CMC last year, they still got great production out of the running backs.
Deontay Foreman was pretty good, right?
Bryce Young is a quarterback there. You got a young rookie quarterback. You want to support him by having a good run game, as well as Miles Sanders, someone who's going to catch some passes on you.
So, yes or no at 49, RB19, 4th round, 5th round. Where are we doing?
5th, 6th.
You're okay with that? I think he's going to slide.
It depends on how like because like I've gone out there in the first several rounds and drafted 3 stud running backs.
Oh, you'll never touch them again.
So if I got 3 stud running backs that I draft, depending on how the draft falls to me, then I'm going to let them slide. But like if I go like heavy wide receiver, right? Because I've got like a lower 1st round pick, so those running backs are going away. So I'm going to lean more towards my wide receivers. I could definitely see taking him in late 4th, 5th round.
That's exactly where he is.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people probably have that same thought process too. If they go no RB, and then they got to start collecting some high upside potential.
Someone who's definitely got a lot of upside. He's in a system that supports in RB1. And him being the guy, because I don't know who else is out there, like, honestly.
Let me go ahead and ring your bell one more time with Michael Thomas, 104 overall, wide receiver 44. How much are you avoiding this guy?
That's way too high. Wide receiver 44. I think I could list like 80 wide receivers I would take over him. I don't know, man.
I mean, you're always worried about the injury. That's just always been the thing. Like, if we kept him, he's a keeper in your league because you get him for 1 point.
I'm going to keep him. Yeah, I do have a keeper league where he's going to cost me 1 point.
Yeah.
And why not take a flyer on a guy for 1 point, right?
Yeah.
But in a redraft league, in a league where I'm going to draft him, I'm hard pressed to see a situation where I draft.
You're talking 10th round. You're talking 10th round here, and so I got to do it, huh?
Not 10th round doesn't do it for me.
I am going to avoid him as well. It's just one of those things. Real quick, next up, we got David Montgomery, number 78 overall, RB 31.
That's low for him.
Well, it's low, but he's on a team that. Yeah, there's multiple running backs, things like that. Like, I've won a league with Dave Montgomery when he's on the Bears. Like, he's a stud, old running back.
He's going to put up better numbers than he did with the Bears.
Okay.
Especially your first 6 weeks, look for Jamar Gibbs to line up more as a wide receiver than as a running back. But I also see, like, Ben Johnson doing a lot with both of those guys on the field. But David Montgomery is going to be, if you can draft him that low, jump on it.
So you're going to take him in the 7th round?
Oh, yeah. Yes, without a doubt. I'm going to take him before then. Like
the resident Lion fan. I mean, of course. So 78. So where are you going to take him? How high would you go for him?
I mean, I would take him as my RB2. Like, honestly.
So with the zero RB strategy, you got him in the 4th round?
Oh, definitely. I would jump all over that in the 4th round.
Okay.
I feel like.
Cool.
It's just I've always liked David Montgomery, just like you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's going from a team where he was on a bad offense with an awful offensive line to one of the best offensive lines in the league. Yes, there's another running back there in Jamar Gibbs that they drafted, but that line's offense will be able to sustain 2 really good running backs.
All right. Yeah, for me, I might be in the 8th round, maybe the 10th round, but he probably won't be around for that, so it's pretty much a wash. Now, DeAndre Swift, an ex-Lion, number 60 overall. He's actually listed ahead of David Montgomery, and
which
he's
is absurd.
RB24. What do you think?
That's absurd. No, I wouldn't. I'm not drafting DeAndre Swift.
Yeah, so it's a complete avoid. No matter where he's at,
it's not an avoid.
It's a 12th round.
I'm not drafting that guy.
Oh, okay. Nice.
You're in a crowded backfield.
Oh yeah.
He's already proven that he doesn't have the stomach for a competition. Because as soon as Detroit drafted Jamar Gibbs, he hit a Brad Holmes and said, "Trade me."
Yeah. Well, I mean, why would he want
like
to be around with
Detroit
that many
didn't.
people?
But you went to an even more crowded backfield in Philly.
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
Yeah. So number 60 overall, RB24, you're completely out.
Yeah, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out.
I mean, I'm not drafting him either. There's no reason. It's crowded backfield. I'm looking for, by the time the 6th round comes around, I'm generally on, like, let me grab a backup. Or
I'm on anybody but him.
Maybe another receiver, a handcuff at that point. Or I'm trying to build out my team. Maybe I'll throw a dart at the wall for a tight end. I don't know. 6th round, you're talking about you're filling out. That might be QB territory for me. Next up, your boy Alvin Kamara, number 55 overall, RB22.
So we got a how many game suspension?
Was it 3? I think it was 3. Yeah.
The Saints just signed Kareem Hunt.
Yep. Did they finally sign him?
I thought I heard.
I saw
no,
them go down there and
he
visit.
signed?
So
okay.
I don't know.
I thought I had heard that he was signing. Mm-hmm. And you got Jamal Williams there.
Mm-hmm. Crowded.
I'm avoiding Kamara.
Yeah.
So what round is he being drafted in right now?
Ooh. Well, I just had it there, but let me go make sure I got it here. I just want to check. Kamara, number 55, mid-5th. No, absolutely not. Not even close. No. Now, Kareem Hunt has not been signed. He was with he went to go check out the Colts. They couldn't reach an agreement, so then he went down to New Orleans. They have not signed as of yet. So, but yeah, I mean, if he signs Kareem Hunt, this guy's undraftable at that point. I mean, you got 3 running backs, and you don't know who. I mean, they're probably going to spread the wealth. So you're talking 33%.
Which also hurts Jamal Williams' stock, which I like Jamal Williams.
I don't want anything to do with any of them.
He's your red zone threat, but
don't want anything. To do with
Kamara. If I draft a 5th running back, okay,
5th running back by then.
Yeah,
I mean. Not in the 5th round, though. By the time I get my 5th running back,
no, I'm not going 12th. Running back in the first 4 rounds and drafting him in the 5th.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like...
I got an oldie but goodie here. Odell Beckham, 117 overall, wide receiver 49. I'm out on the hype. I'm just not there.
This is his last hoorah. He's come out and said it, like...
Hoorah. Hoorah.
Yeah, hoorah. Hoorah. That's what I said. I mean...
His last hurrah? You don't want him at number in the 11th round?
Okay, so... I got 3 wide receivers that I'm starting.
Start throwing darts about the 12th round, maybe? Some people that might have a big upside?
6th or 7th wide receiver?
Number 11. Yeah, 11th round. You've already filled out probably 3 running backs, 3 or 4 receivers. You probably already got your
11th,
QB.
Like 13.
13 maybe? So you take a late flower on him? 13
yeah.
is a round or 2 before you start getting your kicker defense, so it's one of your last picks.
He's a guy that I think you'll get some good production out of the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And then he gets hurt, and then you're done, right?
Hopefully
it doesn't. Like, I'm pulling for the guy, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know, man.
I got you. I'm out on him, I think, at any point, unless I'm like, it's the round before I draft my kicker or something. So, but we'll see. Last but not least, Kyler Murray, 152. This is the highest. I've never heard anything so high. 152 ADP, QB 22.
Well, he's not even healthy right now, right?
No, he's still hurt or whatever's wrong with him.
So he tore like ACL, right?
Oof.
ACL, MCL, PCL.
He's just playing Call of Duty.
LCL, MECL. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he got hurt in December 2022.
Yeah,
So
I'm not touching Kyler.
Yeah.
Like,
there's no way, right?
No. Why would you draft a guy who's not going to start the season?
Well, some people draft 2 quarterbacks in their league, like a backup and somebody that has some upside. And, he always brings like that little upside to him. But for me, I think he's completely undraftable. You can't touch him. You can't go near him. And, just pick anybody else. I mean, you're talking QB 22. I mean, if you're in some wild league that has maybe where you get to dress 2 QBs, the super flex or something like that.
The super flex, no.
But other than that, man, no way.
Because I want guys that are healthy.
Yeah, gotcha.
Right.
Yeah.
If I'm starting 2 quarterbacks, I want 2 quarterbacks that are healthy. Even in the league, let's say I'm only playing 1 quarterback and I'm drafting a backup, I'm not drafting a guy who's not healthy. I just don't see it there. His coach isn't there anymore. Kingsbury's gone.
Yeah, he's doing documentaries.
Yeah, he's been in Thailand, then he came back for the Johnny Football documentary, and then I think he might be back in Thailand. I don't know. Nobody knows.
Oh, jeez.
But I just, no.
I mean, if you're drafting any of these guys, tell us. Say, hey, no, you guys are nuts because you guys do it already on YouTube. Tell us we're crazy. So if you're going to draft one of these guys, tell us which one you want to draft. And then also, if we're absolutely correct and you feel like ESPN's top notch right here, this is all from ESPN, NFL, on their Instagram. That's where we got this information. So, but yeah, run us out of here.
Hey, thank you guys for listening. We appreciate you guys. Drop that like, the follow, the subscription. Leave us comments telling us we're stupid or we know what we're talking about. Either way, but thank you guys so much for listening. We appreciate you guys. And I'm not scared to say it first. We love you. As always, I'm Alan.
Rapid Dave.
Talk to you guys later. Deuces. Thank you for listening to the SB Fantasy Football Podcast.
Okay, round 2. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Wells Fargo presents one of the surest ways to grow your money. A Wells Fargo CD account, where you can earn a 5.00% annual percentage yield on an 11-month term with a minimum opening deposit of $5,000. Visit a Wells Fargo branch or wellsfargo.com/CD rates to open a CD account and start growing your savings with us.
Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.